So my name is Carly Shannon. I am a high school teacher as well as a fitness trainer and certified nutrition coach. I joined PT Legends, it was the end of December. Within that first month, I have made over 15K. Eric has taught me an insurmountable amount of knowledge in such a short amount of time. His team, Mo, James, Emilio, everyone is so amazing. It's literally been worth every penny.
Prospect has 7 doors that are behind them, and when they're on the call with you, these doors are all ways that they can escape. So through your skilled and intentional questions, you want to gather information that closes each door that there is. So just imagine there's 7 doors that you have to cover during that sales process. So it's also important to remember that even if you lock all 7 of those doors, that prospect can still try to escape through one of those doors and give you smoky mirrors. So you must hold them accountable to challenge them based on what they've told you through the discovery and also the information provided on your application form prior to booking the call. So those 7 doors are pain, doubt, cost, desire, money, support, and trust.
So every time that I hop on a call, I want to cover those 7 things, even though the client still haven't dropped me about the support. Because the other day I got a phone call with a client, with a possible client. And basically this guy, he was ready to go on everything, but he wasn't a speaker with his girlfriend. At the end, I didn't know that. I didn't know he wasn't a speaker and everything. And the girl, she was like, let's gonna think about it, you know what I'm saying? The guy was like, okay, I wanna do it, but the girl was like, don't think about it. So at the end, the whole situation was like, let me tell you tomorrow.
Why do you think that is? Because you left the door open, right? Okay, so during the sales script, the question asking phase is what's called a discovery. That's where you're asking what's your goal, what's your struggle, current situation, pain questions, doubt questions, cost, desire. And this is really advanced sales, guys. This is like 8-figure shit, like no bullshit. Okay, and I'm telling you guys, I've closed thousands of high ticket deals and I've trained world-class sales teams. At LA Fitness, my own sales team, like we are savage. Jack, what's up, my man? Good to see you, bro. Happy to have you here. What's up, my brother? Good to see you, man. Nice to meet you, girlfriend. Nice to meet you. Yeah, guys, we haven't even started. I'm just giving them some value on sales. I know you're struggling with sales a little bit too, even though my man hit 10K in the program too, so good job. Right, so you want to ask questions anticipating what that objection is going to be, which is why we ask like, hey man, I noticed that you're married, congratulations, man. And I'm just curious, does your wife know that we had a call today? Right, and he's like, no, I didn't tell her. Oh, well, is she supportive of your goals? Yeah, of course, she wants me to lose weight. Got you, man. Do you think that she would be against you fixing this problem and losing weight and making sure that you prevent diabetes? No, of course not. She wants me to prevent diabetes. Oh, okay, great. And let me ask you a question, man. Do you guys make financial decisions together, or are you kind of like a lone wolf? Before dropping the price and shit, right? Because then he might tell you honestly, like, yeah, dude, like I speak with everything about my wife. And then from there, you can just say, well, yeah, dude, that's totally fair, man. Why don't we reschedule and have the wife on the call? That way there you can close them both on the call. You're far more likely to close a deal with the wife on the call present than you are without her. Because then what happens is he goes to her, he's not capable of communicating the value. She's like, oh my God, that's so much money. What if it doesn't work? And all this shit. And by the time you know it, you lost the deal. Versus you can potentially overcome the objection with the wife there, sitting down with her, speaking to her, seeing what her concerns are with money or whatever it is. Okay, so pain, an example of pain is like, what is the problem that is going on in the prospect's or life? And how are those problems affecting your life inside and outside of the business or other areas? Doubt, like what is the prospect's level of certainty that this thing can actually work for them? The way that you can get them to believe in your product more is talking about clients through the discovery, sending them homework prior to the call. Do any of you guys remember before you got on a sales call with my team, the videos that we've sent to you, the emails and all the nurturing process that we've given you? And did it help somewhat, at least a little bit, you become a customer of mine? Right. So that's the whole idea, is we're overcoming objections prior to the call. Why? Because marketing is more scalable, right? It's more leverageable, right? If I can already have you 50% sold before the call, that means I need to pull less teeth before selling you. Cost. This one is, every coach misses this. I cannot express how important this is. If you guys leave anything about sales today, do not ever skip cost questions. You too, in the gym membership. Like, think about what it's costing them by not signing up to that gym. That could be time, that could be finances, that could be energy, that could be peace of mind, that could be relationships. Desire is very obvious. I mean, this one's easy. What's the goal? Why is it important to you? So you don't want to just like allow vague answers. Be really curious through your sales calls. Really try to understand like what they want to feel like. What's that vision? How do they want to look 3 years from now? So you can really get a good understanding of what their why is. So you want to hold them accountable, not like a dick, but more like, really relaxed tone. Like, yeah, man, I get that. It's pretty expensive. I get that. But how do you feel about the program? You feel good? Yeah, I feel amazing about it. Okay, got you, man. And I'm a little confused because earlier you said that you have all the money in the world, that you can definitely, you're ready to invest in yourself. So, what's really going on here? Do you not feel good about the program, or is it truly that you don't have the money? Now this is gonna start to isolate what the true objection is, because it really may not be money. Support, we already covered that. That's like the wife, husband, that sort of stuff. And then there's trust. This is the toughest one. Again, this kind of comes down to the same thing as certainty, but basically it's like, do they trust you, your process, your methodology? Yeah, that's called the 7 Doors Framework. It's probably one of the most important trainings I've ever done. But this is your actual sales script. And you'll notice all 7 doors are on here.
Who am I and what do I do? My name is Armand Shaharam. Currently, I am an online personal coach.
My name is Brian. I'm a DJ and I'm a fitness coach.
My name is Jag. I do online fitness coaching.
I'm Stephanie. I am a health coach and basically all things fitness, and I also love to include massage therapy in my works.
My name is Adrian. Basically, I'm a coach in fitness. I just moved here to Miami 3 months ago, and now I'm kind of like getting all into this.
My name is Kyle Walker. I do online personal training.
My name is Jonathan Avila. I am actually consultant membership at Powerhouse Gym in Miami. Take care of a lot of the influencers, athletes, ambassadors, a lot of the fitness models. I'm gonna give them experience and I help them with their goals and get them a right gym so they can hit their fitness goals.
My name is Eric and I am an online coach. I coach fitness, mindset, and self-development.
First of all, you have positive self-talk to get your mindset prior to the call. So this is before the call, just getting yourself mentally prepared. And like my man said there earlier, you want to help people, right? So you should say that before the call, like, I'm gonna go in this call and change this guy's life. Like, I'm not here for the money, I'm here to help this person make a decision to make an impact in his life and truly want to help the person. If you go into the calls truly want to help people, you guys will close more deals without even having to be a sales pro, okay? Get yourself in a good posture, right? Confidence, do some push-ups, right? Get some the good chemicals in your brain rolling before you do your call. That way there you're prepped up, you're ready to go, because science proves that when you get good oxygen flowing to the brain, you're gonna perform better overall as a high performer. So there's like a little pre-call ritual, and there's introduction rapport. I like to just get right into it. Too many salespeople are like, yeah man, how's your day? How's your cousin? How's this? How's that? That's ridiculous. Like, they know they're there to purchase something potentially. Just straight up be like, hey man, stoked to be talking with you today, man. And the beginning of the call is pretty basic, man. I'm just gonna get an idea of where you're at, and I like to actually use a hand gesture here compared to where you'd like to be, just to see what that gap looks like, to see if we can help. And then towards the end of the call, I'll walk you through what we have, and if it sounds like, it might be what you're looking for, then we can talk about possibly taking some next steps. Does that sound good? So what this does is it relieves the sales resistance, because they're expecting you to be like, I want a decision now or never. So after that, after the pre-frame, which should take you 30 seconds, we're just gonna get right into the dream outcome. All right, man, so before we dive in, let's start with the exciting part in mind. Like, where would you, if you could snap your fingers, 6 months from now, where would you like to be? How's things look? So we're just getting an idea about what their dream outcome is. And then once they give you that outcome, dig more. So we dig a little bit about what that future state looks like for them, that dream outcome, because how can we sell them something if we don't know what they even want to look like or what that dream looks like? So after we get through that is what we call the connection questions. And this is where we just build rapport and learn about like their current situation. So like what they're doing right now. Okay, man, cool. So you're a little bit inconsistent because you got kids, you got the busy job. Totally get that, man. Now, what have you tried in the past? Have you tried anything like HIIT workouts or keto or, I don't know, what are some of the things that you tried? I've tried this, I've tried that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. And how did that work out, right? You see how I'm just like digging and trying to get more and more information out of them so that they open up? And then like, this is a good question too. Like, have you ever worked with a trainer? Why? Because of skepticism. Have you ever worked with an online coach or trainer before? Because they might tell you a bad experience. Yeah, I did, but the personal trainer, gave me a keto diet. It wasn't sustainable, dude. Knowing that information, when we make the offer, we want to be like, hey, John, do you remember when you said you used to try keto and this and that? The reason why that didn't work is because it's unsustainable. So instead, we're actually going to have you eating way more while dropping more body fat, because he might be in fear of trying another thing that's the same methodology that just doesn't work. And then he's not going to sign up if that's the case.
How I found out about Eric was strictly through Instagram. His content was just connectable, relatable, and outside of the success that I had seen that he had accomplished and achieved, I also liked the vibe that I got from him through his content. It was obviously a jump for me to invest in myself, but seeing him enough, popping up on my feed enough, I soon realized that this was something that I could definitely go for?
Got to know Eric. I think I don't even know what the initial point of contact was. I think it was through Instagram. I saw an ad on Instagram.
Yeah, so I'm one of Eric's online clients. I first saw him through Instagram, and I wanted to come down to the event because I knew it was going to be a lot of value, and he was going to go one-on-one with us and help us find the bottlenecks essentially in our business, and then move past those.
It was one of the first times when I was starting to see more fitness things on Instagram, when I finally got back into Instagram after like a 2-year ghost mode hiatus, living in Puerto Rico, training MMA and doing all that fun stuff. I seen his ads many times. They reached out, we had a call, and I was like, I reached out to several other people too because their ads started popping up into my feed. But one thing stood out. So I seen one of my buddies. His name is Kevin. I don't know if you're out there, Kevin, but thanks for, what do you call it, referral to Eric, because he told me he had succeeded, like he was living up in Pennsylvania where I come from. And so when I seen him in one of the masterminds that Eric had, I think like, a year ago, that's when I was like, okay, this person's real. And now I'm here, meeting him in real life, and I'm like, even more real.
I met Eric because I was looking for guidance. I feel that sometimes the thing that is stopping you to reach your goals is just someone who guides you. You know what I'm saying? Actually, it's funny because he was talking about this example, and it's like when you're learning how to drive, you just don't hop up in the car and start driving because you will fucking crash. Instead, you got someone in your side that he teach you how to change the shifts, you know what I'm saying, how to manage the wheel. So I feel that Eric is doing that for me. It's impressive how we came here looking for a 3-hour mastermind, and it's just like 3 hours and we are just half the way. So I know that he's just over delivering and keep dropping some more content, which I think that is awesome, because at the end of the day, you want people who show you with actions that they take care about you.
It was kind of 2 birds with 1 stone. I had a business meeting with the Good Time Hotel, and also finding out that Eric was hosting this event. I was like, this is perfect. And being a part of the PT Legends program, I couldn't not come.
So one day I was walking through Epic, which I always come and like to manifest and boats and the lifestyle. And I told him, hey, you go to Powerhouse? He said, yeah. And I said, hey, I live at the Epic. And I was like, nice, man. And every day I started meeting him and we started connecting every time I see him in the gym. And I believe success leaves clues. And yesterday I worked out in the morning, and me and my friend, we did a walk to Brickell Center. We went to Ojo de Agua and we had a smoothie and something healthy. And then when we walked back, I decided to work out again. And what a coincidence, I'm doing some burpees and the pull-ups, and he says, hey, I'm having an amazing mastermind. And I was like, hey man, what better way to start the new month and the new year with an amazing mastermind and get ready to hit those 6, 7, 8-figure income.
Yeah, so the next part is problem awareness. Basically digging a little bit more about the things they've tried, how long they've been struggling with that. Pain questions, really important. This is really just the goal with this is to deepen the conversation around their current struggles and just highlighting the pain and dissatisfaction. There's nothing more powerful than getting them to say that they need to solve the problem versus you. You can tell someone up and down, like, you're a fat fuck, you need to lose weight, you're gonna die, as much as you want. It's far less powerful than them telling you, I have diabetes, I'm gonna die. The way you're asking the quality of the question too, making it longer, like you see how like some of these are. For example, when I'm training my sales closers or looking for a sales closer, one of the things that I'm looking for in the interview is good tonality. I'm like, oh, this person sounds like a sweetheart. That's what I want, because a sweetheart is gonna get them to open up, which means they're gonna be a better closer than me. Gap consequence questions, so important. And you know what you should do too, Eric, is you should listen to Jeremy Minor a lot. When I was my own closer, right? When I was closing my own deals, I used to get up and listen to Jeremy Minor's podcasts every day. And I know people in his program, I don't want to put this on camera, but it's okay. I know people in his program, actually it's okay to put this on there. Even myself, a lot of this shit I give you guys in the course is on YouTube. Like honestly, everything I give you guys, you can find on YouTube for free. I literally give the gold gems away for free. You can go to my YouTube and do it and make $1 million. I'm not kidding you. Same thing as Jeremy Minor with sales. And I know because I have clients in his program and I've looked at the scripts, wanted to train. I'm sure you'll get more value if you join, obviously, but my point is like you can learn a lot from our free stuff, from my stuff, and especially Jerry Minor's. His he's better than me, I'll be honest. And when you guys are creating content, same thing. It's just in a shorter time frame. You want to solve problems, and if we can create content that's solving these and overcoming their objections prior to the call, I call it belief shattering content, then we can have them sold prior to the call because they remember these things. They're like, well, I just remembered in one of your pieces of content you said, that if I keep procrastinating, I'm never gonna get in shape or something. Urgency questions, very simple. Hey John, I know that you've been trying to do this for a while. Is this something that is like a now thing for you? Is it more like a can that we're kicking down the road? Is this really important to you to solve this problem now? From there, it's time to present the solution. I usually, tell them like, great, man. Based on everything that we talked about, it sounds like this is a top priority for you. The good news is I can for sure help you out. I personally like to bring up a testimonial, right? And I'll say, yeah, we actually just helped our client, Carly. She lives right next to you, make $15,000 in her first 30 days. She's crushing it. And she was struggling with the same thing. She only has 1,400 followers. She didn't know where to start. And she had no clue how to market herself. In only 30 days, she made 15 grand per month. I would love to show you how this all works, but you tell me, John, where would you like to go from here? This is when they give you permission to pitch them. Now you can get into your offer.
What is it like getting to see Eric behind a computer screen online versus in person?
That's cool, man. He's personable. He's personal. He has personality.
And he seems like the same person too?
Yep.
Honestly, in person, I feel like he's a bit nicer because there are times in the screen where I was like, I should get my stuff together, right? But in person, he's really passionate about this. He wants to see us grow. He wants to see us expand in our business, help more people, and see ourselves shine.
Man, that's crazy. I actually meet Eric in the gym. Yeah, I was working out with my friends, and basically got friends in commons and everything. He just showed up, always like super friendly, fucking open person in everything. Since the moment that he showed up, I feel that in this life you classify in two types of people. You're classifying givers, but you're classifying takers. You can clearly see the energy of the person and the way that they talk, if they're givers or they're taken. That guy right there, he's a giver.
I will say, I feel like Eric does give off the same vibe online and in person. He really is such a force. He's very assertive, and he gives such a confidence that makes you then feel confident. And he also just has so much knowledge. And one thing that I really appreciate about him is that he's not a gatekeeper. He has all of these things and he wants to share it with us to make us better. So it's very community based. There's nothing that he's keeping to himself. He's winning. He wants to see other people win. And within PT Legends, that really has pushed in through the community that we have as well.
He seems like a very genuine guy, a guy you could connect with, very humble, and he's just like everybody else. He's a normal guy, and if he could do it, anybody else can do it.
I mean, guys, I put it this way. I helped a new salesperson last year, Emilio. He started with only $100,000 in closing experience working for a tech company. So he's only made like 2 to 3 grand per month. My sales training got him from making that to $15,000 per month, closing at a 40% rate. So I'm telling you this, what I teach for sales works, period. Okay, so he made 15 grand in a month as a fucking 19-year-old. So if I can teach a 19-year-old how to close $150,000 in a month, and he did about $1.5 million last year alone, then I can teach you guys how to sell. With the offer, this is really important. Most of you guys, the biggest problem I see with most new salespeople is they get their customer lost, confused, and they don't prepare themselves prior to the call. So if you suck with your offer, get that shit so good in your brain, you can spit it off the top of your mind fluently like a rapper. But it should be 3 to 5 minutes is kind of stretching it. 3 minutes long where you're talking about your solution, and sell the transformation, not the product. Sell the outcome, the dream outcome. So 3 pillars, usually I like to keep it. Some people like doing 5 pillars, it's way too much. A confused buyer who can finish this. Never gonna buy. Overcome any concerns prior to dropping the price on them, because if there's concerns or they're not for certain that your program's gonna help them in a way that they wanna do it, then they're not gonna move forward, no matter how rich, poor, fat, ugly they are. It doesn't matter.
For the people that weren't able to make it this weekend, what did they miss out on?
Definitely missed out on a lot of things. Like I said, a lot of value today being brought by Eric on different topics, sales, paid ads, as I said, different ways to bring leads in, content, and then how to use AI to streamline the whole process from like content creation to even like nurturing leads and things like that.
A lot of value, a lot of one-on-one time, a lot of time where you can just have your questions answered and figure things out that are going on in your business to help take you to the next level. That's what they missed out on. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for taking the time to do it.
Bro, they missed out on the golden nugget. They missed out on a sale today. They missed out on so much more than just a day here in the Mastermind. They missed out on hundreds and thousands of dollars.
You missed out on a lot, man. You missed out on the energy, the knowledge, the gems he's throwing out, and just meeting other people that could probably help you later on.
Some of you guys, just met me recently. Most of you guys are my clients. You guys mean the world to me, you really do. I appreciate you guys so much for coming today. The first thing I would like to start with is my story from from fired at LA Fitness to a multiple 7-figure empire. What I want you guys to remember is to make your pain your fuel, because even prior to that, things were worse than getting fired, okay? So most of you guys do know my story, but I went from drug addiction. I did 3 years in jail in Passaic County, New Jersey. So I went through a really rough, really rough time in life, and I used all that pain as fuel to succeed. And I want you guys to use whatever your things that you've went through as that pain to really truly succeed. And as you can see, a lot of people on the internet talk like they've, really been in the gutter, but I've really done it. As a picture of me at LA Fitness, you can tell by the thing back there, back in approximately, I think it was, 2018 and 2019. Now, when I came out of jail, that was my first job. It was really hard to shift my behaviors, my beliefs, and everything, but there was nothing more than I wanted to make my mom proud, myself proud, and actually feel like I was doing something in my life other than being a loser. And so LA Fitness, actually, I was really proud to work there. I felt like I was actually doing something with my life. So long story short, I worked there for a whole year, living literally on the floor with my mother after coming out of jail, in her living room. Or not very poor, but poor middle class-ish. But I didn't really have shit. You come out of jail, you don't have anything. All I had was a pure determination to change that. So for that year, I bust my ass. I actually became one of the best salesmen in that Northeast district. I don't know if your gym has it, but they have like a list. I used to love looking at that list. You go up, you go down, right? And I was so good that they actually offered me a job as PTD. Now here's where they really messed with my head, right? I worked really hard to be a PTD. I wanted that position so bad. I was proud of working 12, 16 hours a day, making 3 G's a month. They're like, we need you to go take over the Parsippany, New Jersey location and turn this gym around because you're a killer salesman. And then after, we'll give you the PTD position. I was like, cool, all right. I'll do it. I went over there, single-handedly turned that gym around, hired people. They had me interviewing people, skills that I didn't even know how to do. I didn't even know how to hire people, but I was just like, I'll do it. I was working there for a while and I told them, I was like, dude, I need to get paid more money. I'm like busting my ass here, making you guys all this money and I'm making fucking peanuts and I'm not even technically a PTD, but I'm doing all the responsibilities of a PTD. So I was like, dude, like what the fuck? Like give me my position, pay me for it. After that long period, right, they actually fired me after single-handedly turning around the gym, and I left the gym and the VP was there and I literally cursed him out at the top of my lungs. We almost got in a fight. I was heartbroken. I was like, man, how could they play me like that? I felt so played. But that was a catalyst. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like that pain is what fueled me to move forward, especially getting fired. I swore never, ever again is someone gonna have control over my destiny. Ever, 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 ever. And that's when my life changed. I used every penny I had to invest into a mentor and I just went all the fuck in. That's my vision board. And the reason why I bring this up is, guys, like if you don't create a vision, you guys are not gonna succeed. I'm telling you, you guys are just not gonna wing it and succeed, okay? And this reminded me because I've been struggling to get my business to the next level. And the reason for that is because I created a vision years ago to be where I'm at, but I never thought bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm at where I actually visioned, because when I was working at LA Fitness, I was like, dude, I'm gonna make multiple millions of dollars, $200,000, $300,000 per month, and I've done all that. But that was it. That's what my mindset limited me to. Real shit. This is like 3 to 4 years of notes and sales calls. Hundreds and hundreds of sales calls, hundreds of them. So you guys are going to go through a lot of rejection, and there's more losses in here than wins. All these are filled to the teeth with notes from sales calls, right? Because I always take notes on my sales calls.
When Eric was talking about his vision board, that's something that I used to do, and I did not do it this year yet. So he actually just motivated me again, always, to really go and do that vision board, to really be super clear and super specific of where I see my future.
So business, the 4 core fundamentals of business is really your offer, meaning what problem are you solving and what is the dream outcome that they want. 2 is marketing, which is simply just getting people to know who you are, right? The reason why most businesses fail is people just don't know who the hell they are. 3 is sales, so getting people to say yes to you, simply. And then 4 is fulfillment. This is getting people to keep buying from you. All right, so first thing is that offer and kind of avatar. You want to create what's called a no-brainer offer. This is the equation that 238923. Promosi calls a value equation, right? So when you're creating your offer, there's 4 components that go into it, which is you need to know what the dream outcome is that your customer wants. 2 is the perceived likelihood of achievement. They have to actually believe it's going to work. 3 is the time delay, meaning how long is it going to take them to go from A to Z? And this is important for sales, marketing, everything. When you're communicating your offer on the phone, you need to keep these components in mind. And the 4th thing is the effort and sacrifice, meaning how much effort and sacrifice do they have to do to go from A to Z? The more shit they have to do, the less valuable the program is going to be. So in the perfect world, you want to create an amazing offer that gets them to where they want to go, that they actually believe, with almost doing nothing. And guys, I can tell you know this is boring stuff, but this is the stuff that will make you a lot more with your ads, your marketing, your sales calls, you'll close more deals, just keeping it in mind. Cool. Marketing. Best coach in the world, most known coach in the world. The best product will never beat the best known product. But if you have the best product and the best known product, then you're just gonna be a billionaire. We gotta get people to know who you guys are. Does that make sense? If nobody knows who you are, it's gonna be really hard to make money. If you don't have any leads, it's gonna be really hard to generate cash. 4 ways to get customers, AKA marketing or advertising. There's only 4 ways to get customers. There's messaging, meaning you can message people. So just think about marketing as creating opportunity. 1, you can create opportunities through messaging like Eric does, like a savage. This gets him 2-3 sales calls a day. It's time consuming, it's one-on-one, it's not sustainable. Does it work? Yes. In the beginning of your business, if you don't have a lot of money, it's a great way to grow. That's how I grew. 2 is content. You can post content with call to actions consistently to get people to reach out to you, right? On your stories, on your feed, message me XYZ for results. Message me this, tap here, vote here, comment XYZ, okay? This is very leverageable and scalable because it doesn't require you to manually always be messaging people back and forth. And it can also be seen by thousands of people. So this is one to many. 1,000 people can see you're real, but you can only message one person at a time. So this is more scalable, it's better, but it can be challenging, especially in 2025, the algorithm is fucked. Paid ads. This is the best thing in the world, but they work together. A lot of you guys just don't have the money to do paid ads to scale fast enough in the beginning, which is why I suggest you do messaging and content first. Paid ads is where you're paying for the messages to come to you, you're paying for leads. This is extremely scalable and extremely leverageable because you're not trading your time for money, but instead you're trading your money to make money. I wake up to 20 sales calls every day, whether I work or not, no matter what. It's guaranteed, it's predictable, it's consistent. The final way is referrals. You know, not everybody's gonna give you a referral, but most people will. Most people will, but you definitely want to do it like 2 months into the program or as soon as they get a win. Even if it's first week in and they lost 5 pounds, I'll be like, yo, that's awesome, dude. Congrats. Hey, by the way, do you know anybody that can benefit from our help?
Hey. Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey.
What was I expecting this event versus what I received coming here to Miami?
A lot of value, a lot of good things, good tactics, strategies to use to really implement my business. So definitely happy about it.
I honestly thought it would be very similar to how it is. I'm not gonna lie, I have to be honest. But I expected it to be pretty similar to this. I thought maybe, you know, it might be a larger venue, but nonetheless, it's what it needs to be. Kind of exactly as I had hoped it would be. Personable crowd, great knowledge from the man himself. This is really all I hoped for, plus a little more.
I was expecting to come here and actually just like learn a bunch of things that I already knew, but coming here and like seeing that like he actually knows at a higher level of like what I know and everything that like the people that I've learned from before in the past, all the information that he brings is just like, wow, I didn't even, like nobody that I've talked to has thought about that or even bring that to my attention.
When you set targets, you have a clear vision of what you're going to make. It makes things consistent and predictable. If you don't have targets, you're just gonna be like, yeah, I messaged I don't know, a bunch of people and I didn't make money. Well, how many did you message? How many book calls did you get? I don't know, it just doesn't work. Well, no shit, it doesn't work. You're not tracking, you're not doing anything. You don't have a clear vision and expectation. My target is 30 DMs daily. Out of 30 people, I should book 1 call a day. So you don't have to write out of this and then just put 30 DMs daily, 1 book call. And then you put weekly targets. And if you don't hit these, you only have yourself to fucking blame for not getting to where you want to go. 180 messages a week, which equals times 0.03, sorry. We'll put between 5 and 6. Technically, it would be 5.6. And this is if you're messaging 6 days a week. So you could put, 5-6. I should book a minimum of 5, ideally 6. And you could book more. This is going very conservative newbie numbers. Obviously if I did it, I'm gonna book, 10% of the people I message versus you. That's okay, that's why I'm being conservative here. So 5 book calls a week, 80 show up. We should take between 4 to 5 calls, which means we should at minimum at a 25% closing rate, close 1. You wanna make 10 grand per month? This is your strategy. $2,000 per customer is gonna be between 8 to 10 grand per month. If you're charging $1,000, obviously it's $4,000. But for your first target, you guys haven't made 5K, charge $1,000, close 1 customer per week, that's it. And you're only taking 5 sales calls per week. So in total, we've worked 30 minutes on DMs, we've worked 30 minutes on a call, that's 1 hour. In 1 hour per day, you guys can make between 5 and 10 grand per month. Guaranteed, if you do this and stick to it. Then you go back, And whichever part of the system that you didn't hit, whether it's, okay, I didn't hit 5 book calls, for example, you know you said you did something wrong in the DMs. Or let's say you did book 6 calls or even 7 or 8, but you didn't, nobody closed, you suck at closing. It's not that messaging doesn't work, it's just you can't close for shit, or you're messaging the wrong people. So that's how you identify and say, okay, this is the problem in my business.
What is that one golden nugget that I'm gonna take? There's so many. Crap, if I had to say one, perhaps it would be to follow up with leads and continue reaching out to people that I might have already reached out to. Not assume that it's the end of the line with various opportunities.
Understand the customer situation, understand what they're going through, help them think in a year or in 2 years, how will they look if they just commit to 6 to a year. But everything sounds nice, but at the end of the day, it's about taking action and just literally motivate them. Be a human and actually generally help people, because people could tell when you're trying to help them and when you're trying to close them just for the money.
The money's in the follow-up. If you're not following up, you're never gonna make money, because approximately out of the 30 people that you message, your response rate is probably gonna be like 10%. So that's 3 people are gonna respond. So the other 27, we don't wanna just leave them alone, because we can get 3 more to respond after the second follow-up or the third follow-up. It's gonna be really hard to make money without follow-up, just relying on them to answer their first message.
Definitely gave me the urgency to start running some ads, to really see the value in it, to really even get more practice with the sales calls and just get in contacts with more leads in general. I think this is the next step for me.
Stop overthinking things and get the things done that are laid out for you and put your spin on it. Don't be worried about putting your spin on it.
Okay, so content, there's 4 different types of content in my opinion, or main types of content. There's connection content, there's proof content, there's value, and there's lifestyle content. This is how you get people to know you, like you, and trust you. Connection content will be content about your story, adversities, challenges, pain, because pain resonates with your audience. So whatever challenges you guys have experienced, don't be afraid to get vulnerable, because it's gonna get people who are really trusting you a lot more overall. Our value content, right? This is educational stuff, tips, solving problems, 3 ways you can, solve this problem. I'm trying to give you guys everything I possibly can to help you guys make more money. I genuinely am. So I'm gonna give my audience the same thing in hopes that they grab something out of it and they're like, wow, that guy really does know something. Or they implement it and they make money tomorrow, or get a new customer or whatever, and it helps. That's what you consider value. So whatever you guys do to get in shape, just give it a fucking way for free. Don't be afraid of them not paying you, because it's not gonna happen. Lifestyle, straightforward. Kids pictures, here pictures. Hey guys, I'm at this event right now, learning how to do better nutrition, exercise, whatever it is. That's lifestyle stuff.
I think using retargeting ads for people that are already either warmed up by me or our previous leads, retarget them to get them more familiar with me, and then through automation, get them to book calls, close deals.
All the automations that he has in place, that he's shown us today, and the Mastermind has changed my mind, and it's definitely going to be something that I'm going to be implementing into all of my content and the things that I do on a day-to-day basis.
Now, to answer your question, how to craft 30 reels and 2 long forms in 2 to 4 hours per month. Step 1, know your niche. Step 2, study your competitors. Step 3 is artificial intelligence. So let's pull it up. So if I helped women get in shape, I would know my competitors, and you guys should, because what did I say earlier? Model people's success. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. One fitness coach that I know that crushes it with content, and I think he's he's awesome, is Maverick. He helps women with fat loss, emotional support, all that stuff. So to make things simple, we're gonna use him as an example. Never copy and paste, okay? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to model. So the next step was using artificial intelligence, now that we know our avatar and our competitors. So you're gonna go to poppyai.com. This is approximately $50 to $100 per month. You can also do this with ChatGPT, but it's a little bit easier with this thing. As you can see, I get ideas from here all the time for YouTubes and all sorts of stuff. So I'm gonna start from scratch. It is a bit expensive, but I promise you, it will save you tons of time. We're gonna choose some of his most viral content, ideally. Copy link. We're gonna go back and we're just gonna paste. And this guy is the man with content, not gonna lie. We were actually in a program together way long ago. I think he does like 200K a month. So this guy definitely knows his stuff. All right, so I'm just gonna give you guys 3. All right, we're gonna take these 3. Usually I like to do like 30, that way there we can create 30 reels. But even with this, it can work. Next thing you're gonna do is just click on this button, AI chat, and you can create ads with this too. So if you guys wanna create ads, what do? Same exact thing. You're just gonna bring that line right there, And I have specific prompts that I use, but honestly, you can just type what I'm about to type right now. I'm gonna open this up like that. I'm gonna say, I'm a fitness coach who helps the same niche as Maverick, and I want you to be my marketing content expert to create, craft, and script 5 reels, scripts, modeling the same frameworks and style as him without copying and pasting. Please make sure to hit deep within the pain points to attract my dream customers and give me word for word in the script what to say. Now it's gonna write 5 scripts for me that are modeling his, which we already know are successful. Now these scripts are pretty good, I can already tell. Now you're gonna get your ass on camera and record them. So I just created 5 reel scripts. Saturday or Sunday, you're gonna batch all 30 reels, knock it out the park, record, edit, and post. What I'll do now is I'll go to Captions, or there's many other applications with teleprompters. Does everybody know what a teleprompter is? Is everybody familiar with Captions? No. Okay, so we can copy this, the first script, and go ahead, proofread it real quick to make sure it sounds good to you and it resonates with your audience. But we're gonna copy it and we're just gonna click on create, and then we just click on record video, and then you enter the transcript right there, and we're just gonna paste, hopefully it works. Now we're just gonna record ourselves, right? So then you just press play, right? And it goes. So you can just be like, let me tell you why you're fucking up your fitness journey by being a slave to the scale. To create long form videos and lead magnets, like I told you earlier, I was gonna show you this. All we're gonna do instead is just go to YouTube. Once again, know your competitors. As I said, I was gonna show you guys how to make short form and long form. And we're gonna go to YouTube. So yeah, so we'll look at, okay, we know this motherfucking thing got 145,000 views. There's a really good chance that if we create a topic on this, that's gonna do well. So we'll just take that, and once again, we'll just do this same process, but on a new board. And you can use that as a lead magnet, right? You can say, I just made a free training on the 3 ways to do intermittent fasting to drop 20 pounds of body fat in 30 days without even going to the gym. If you want it, message me fasting below and I'll send over the details. So you send them to YouTube, now they're consuming your YouTube content, and which gets them closer to knowing you, like you, and trusting you, closer to becoming a customer. So your YouTube is growing, they're trusting you. It doesn't matter like if you get 145,000 views, I mean, that's great, but I'm telling you, my YouTube makes me money without having that many views. If you do this once a week, it's gonna maximize your efficiency, and once again, just give you peace of mind, because you're like, okay, well, today I don't have to post content. All I gotta do is message people and take sales calls. This is what it means to actually have a strategy to your business and just the overall system. You make it non-negotiable. Saturdays are content, all the rest of the days are messaging and sales calls.
Okay, specifically it's gonna be systems. Eric have his entire life and business built with systems. I feel that I got so much potential in me and I know how to do things, but I feel that I don't have the same level of efficiency every single day. Sometimes when you're lacking efficiency, it's because you're lacking a structure. So if you got the right structure, the level of efficiency is gonna be accurate, or it's gonna be high every single day. So for me right now, the piece of nugget that I'm bringing home and I'm starting to work right now is gonna be just building my system for tomorrow and the entire week.
All right, so this is my 7-figure marketing system that I've built, and it's actually pretty simple. And this is gonna cover like ads and organic. So studies show, this is data from Google, that it takes 7 hours of content from a prospect to consume across 11 different touch points, across 4 different platforms for someone to become a customer, which is why I said to create a YouTube, because if they're coming from Instagram, they're watching the YouTube, they're getting closer to becoming a customer. So you gotta get people to know you, like you, and trust you. That's what that means. So the ads, we have 3 different ads that we run for our marketing system to get people to know us, like us, and trust us. We use follower ads to get followers to come in. We use direct call to actions to get them to raise their hand, and we use lead magnets to get them to trust us more. So free trainings, free YouTube, whatever. But what happens, and I can tell you because I use a very sophisticated tracking software called Hyros, approximately 70% of the people that come from any type of ad, they go into your Instagram, even if they came from Facebook or any other platform, and they start looking at your content, engaging, and they're already doing the research, like Google 7-11-4 rule. They are doing the research, and I've done my research on you guys to know this. And so once they come into your Instagram, it's really important to have content that gets people to know you, like, and trust you, is giving you value, all the stuff that we covered prior to this slide that we're on right now. What you do with organic will maximize what you do with paid ads. So with paid ads, they come straight into your DMs like so, and you will get leads for between $5 and $20 per lead. That's like your target. Targets are really important because if you don't meet that target, you're gonna lose a lot of money. And then you use retargeting ads to keep hitting those people up. Your boy, the reason why he knows me He walked up to me in the gym. He's like, bro, I've seen your ads a million times. I'm like, that's retargeting ads. I'm trying to get you to see me for 7 hours. This might be the event that gets him to pay me, maybe. And that's not why I invited you guys, but the whole point is like, I'm building trust with you guys. I'm building relationship, right? So that's what retargeting ads does. You keep seeing people's faces. So we retarget everybody organically who engages with our Instagram because they go into our Instagram and we force them to pay us eventually. And to fully automate this, what you do is you have a virtual assistant have all the conversation with the people in the DMs when they come from your DM ads, they liking your posts and stuff. And this is how you get the fuck out of trading your time for money from the organic grind of going in Facebook groups, cold outbounds, etc. But this does require money. From that conversation, from the DM ads, what's happening from your retargeting ads, your direct call to actions, your lead magnets, your follower ads, and with your follower ads, you can get 10, 20 followers per day, even with a low budget. They then have a conversation, like I said, they fill out an application which asks them a few questions about their goals or struggles or financials. After that, if you want to close more people, you send them to a homework video that I was explaining earlier. Homework video, closing call. All right, so that's what we call the revenue engine system. It's all about getting people in your, you could say ecosystem will be your Instagram. They have to keep seeing you. You have to be top of mind. You have to be highly competitive, because if you're not, someone else is out there retargeting people like me. Someone's not fucking around out there. I'm not fucking around out there. You guys are gonna see my fucking face every day until you become a buyer. That's why I love ads, because unless you're like part of the 0.001% of creators, it's so fucking hard to do that organically. But yeah, that's the thing with organic. You can make a shitload of money organic, but it's just up and down, up and down. It's unpredictable and just so fucking time consuming, bro. Like the messaging and stuff, you have to at first. There's no way around it because you're broke, right? But then once you get your money up, like go into ads, like fucking just run them. Small budget. I think we covered pretty much everything.
Anything else I want to say to Eric? I would just say that, again, investing in yourself is a daunting thing, and especially when you are being sold on something, because there is a stigma around sales. You just have this idea that it's someone who's trying to make money off of you, but when you realize that when it comes to sales, the thing that makes you the best salesperson is by selling something that is of true value. I've learned, especially from being here at this event, but also through my experience with PT Legends for the past 4+ months, that there's extreme value in the content and the information that is provided. So I'm very grateful for Eric having gone through all the things that he did. I wish him the utmost success going forward. I hope he hits all the milestones that he dreams for, because I know that in turn that will provide me with more motivation. He'll have more opportunities to kind of give me more information, and undoubtedly I'll keep getting more and more value from the program. So Eric's a great guy. It's really amazing the things that he's done and what I've learned from him.
Well, Eric, thank you for what you did, just bringing this opportunity of like knowing that running a fitness business is possible, and doing it online is kind of like what I got from, like, it got me a good kickstart into this whole thing. So definitely appreciate that for sure.
Eric, thank you for not giving up. Thank you for continuing to show people that you can achieve what you want no matter the circumstances you're in. You can always find a way around it or find a way through it.
All right, brother, I just want to say that thank you from very deeply in my heart, you know. I appreciate you sharing with me all this value. I appreciate you inviting me. Thank you, brother. I hope that God multiply every drop of abundance, health, wealth, prosperity, connections, and just, you know, divine power in your life, and more success to you, brother. Cheers for that.
Eric, man, you're amazing. Continue to do what you're doing, man. You're gonna be bigger and better every single day, and I know you will, man. Let's go.
Eric, you're amazing. I'm super thankful for you, and I look forward to getting into the CEO program and making that money, honey.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for the invite. I know it's a little bit short. You know, I gotta go back to the gym and close more sales, but some stuff that I learned here, I'm gonna apply it. I believe this is not the only mastermind, but there'll be multiple masterminds. Hey, maybe in 6 months, you know, I'll invite you to my own mastermind, my first mastermind, and you could speak to the guys, and I could look back at 6 figure when I was sitting in that chair, making 4 to 6K a month, and now making multiple 6 and 7, 8 figure income.
Appreciate it, Eric, man. I love how you put in the hard work every day. You be posting every day, and you just try and hit that next level. And that inspires me, and I'm pretty sure it inspires others.
1, 2.
Who's getting rich, guys? Who's getting rich? Everybody. Get the fucking money, guys.